Hey everyone, welcome. Ever since inserts came out, I was intrigued by their promises of run flats and more stability of the tire, but I have to admit that I've been put off by, most importantly, the weight that you would add on the exterior of your wheel. So the likes of CushCore, even their CushCore XC, never really excited me. So I started looking around for lightweight inserts that I could use for our XC races and trail riding that we do most of the time. And that's how I ended up with these. PTN, that's an Italian brand that apparently provided inserts for Nino. Then I moved into Tubolight and I thought they were the best until they changed the design. But then another Italian company, Vittoria, came up with these. The Air-Liner Light. We've been running these for the last couple of years, and in this video I'm going to share with you why I think they are a great option for most of us, and by the end of it I'm going to share with you some tips on how to install tires with an insert so it is not as much of a pain as it could be. So let's start with a simple question. Do you guys run inserts? What kind of inserts do you run in 2026? Let me know in the comments. Now let's take a closer look at the Vittoria Air-Liner. Right on the box, you can see pretty much how the liner sits inside the tire, and these are good for 2.1 to 2.4. We'll run 2.4 tires, so perfect for our application. What they say is only 50 grams, it's a bit more than that. I'll show in a second. Durable, yes they are, easy to install if you follow my lead. Do not absorb sealant, and I can attest to this, and they provide us with tubeless valves. Just like with the other inserts, these guys are Italian. So what's up with Italians and light inserts? And here they show you pretty much what I just shared with you in terms of our experience. So protection, lateral stability, ability to run flat, and ability to run lower pressure. And again, run lower pressure and still protect that rim. Inside you get the insert that is pretty much folded like that. And you do get a valve. This is a high quality valve. You have big openings right here on the back. It has flat surfaces, so you can tighten it right on your bike. On the scale, they're claiming 50 grams, but in my experience, you get anywhere between 55 and 60-ish grams. The old one that probably sucked in a bit of sealant at 68 grams. So pretty slick. It really looks like a real product that's worth quite a few bucks, because I don't know how much it is for you guys, but if I buy it from overseas, it's something like 65 Canadian dollars plus tax plus shipping. It ends up being half the cost of a tire. But for our application, so well worth it. We're running it on all our bikes on the rear tire alone, not the front. If you were to run a more aggressive terrain, I assume something heavier like CushCore makes a lot of sense. But again, for what we ride, this is the perfect fit. Now, in the opening, I promised you guys some tips and tricks on how to remove and install tires and inserts on a tire. And removing the tire with an insert, yes, it's a bit of a pain because you have to break the bead. But if you push really, really hard and focus on one spot, most often than not, that tire is going to give out. And this is made easier, especially by the leftover sealant in the tire. And when it comes to installing this, that would be my trick. If you want the tire to seat easily on the rim, you just use a little bit of sealant, wet the edge here, the bead of the tire with it, and that's going to help it because it's very slippery. And I know it sounds messy, but my trick for installing tires with an insert is to use a bit of sealant as well. So obviously install one side of the tire on the rim and then put the insert in the tire like you would normally do. Before you try to get the second side of that tire on the rim, just put some sealant inside. It's going to be messy, you're going to get dirty, but it's going to ease the friction between the tire, the rim, and ultimately the insert. That's going to make it so much easier for you to actually get that tire on the rim with the insert. Have you ever tried it like this? How do you guys install inserts? Let me know in the comments below. I usually use 100 milliliters of sealant. and it served me well. I top up the sealant throughout the year, and I don't take them off the wheel until the end of the season. You can see a couple of tires here behind me. They work fine until the end. We didn't have deformed sidewalls or anything like that. I know many people complain about it. And you can see even this tire that we run flat for a few kilometers, it still looks okay, even though, again, it's been beat up and used without any air in it, with a full weight of the rider and normal trail terrain. So there you have it, our preferred insert in 2026, because of all the reasons that I share with you guys. And I hope I convinced at least a few of you to save your expensive wheels and maybe get a bit more stability on that rear tire when you are charging hard. So what do you guys think about this? What do you use, if you use any inserts whatsoever? Do you have any questions for me? Are you going to use a little bit of that sealant when you install the insert just to make your life easier? Have you seen my merch site? It's in the description of this video. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps my channel. And until next time, hope to see you guys on the trails. Why not running a tire insert? Cheers, guys. Cheers.